Hey kids, welcome to Lesson 8, Creating Functions with Parameters, Part 4. Today we're going to be adding parameters to the function drawFish. We're going to update our drawFish function to accept a new parameter. Currently, drawFish can only draw a fish the size of 30. We're going to add a parameter to the function definition for drawFish that allows us to control its size. We have a note here. Remember, whenever we see notes, we know something's important. Note the pen width is important here. We'll have to note that and come back to that later. We're going to make sure the parameter has a descriptive and meaningful name as always. Finally, update the function calls to use with our new version of drawFish and then change the size of the fish in your image. Here we go. We got a nice little image here. So we see we have two fish, definitely different sizes. So let's run our previous program here. We can see that we have almost everything except for the fish here. So let's go down and look at our function for fish. So that is all the way down here at the bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my parameter as always. I'm going to click the little arrow over. I'm going to come here. And I'm going to call this one size. So on this one here, what I want to do is change some sizes. Up above, it said that the width is very important. So the width here is 30. So I'm going to change that one to size. But now thinking through this logically, I can't just change one part. That right there is just the setting up of the pen. I have a fish body and a fish tail to deal with here. So let's look at the fish tail. I have turn left, move forward, turn left, move forward. If I'm changing the width of the pen, I also have to change how much I'm going to move forward. Because if I change the width of the pen to 60, but I only move forward 30, then that means I won't move forward at all. And simply the circles will get closer and closer together. So let's go ahead and change this to size. So anytime I've moved forward, I have size. Don't forget about the one under the fish body. You have to make sure you're getting everything. It's two separate parts of the code. So now that I did that, I'm going to go up to my function here and find my fish. And I'm going to add a size again. If we look back at our instructions, one of them is going to be 30. That's going to be the second one there. Actually, now looking at the drawing, it looks like one's a little bigger. So let's make this one 40 and change the smaller one to 20. If I hit reset and run, now both of these fishes should change different sizes. Look at that. That looks a little different though. I think something might be a little off on my code. Let's go down and look at my function again. So let's go to the bottom here. I have my size, move forward, move forward, move forward. Oh, my dot here might also need a change because the dot is my circle there. So if I don't change that to the corresponding numbers, that actually might cause an issue. So let's try and change that variable to size. Let's go ahead and hit reset and run. And there you go. Now the fishes look nearly identical. So what did we learn from this? Well, not changing one of my lines there greatly affects the rest of the program. So don't get discouraged when stuff like this happens. Look through your code, see what might actually affect it. If we look through our part of making our fish, we saw that the dot correlated to the size of the pen width. That was a good clue that that might need a change too. So take your time, read through, understand what you're doing. Helping to understand what you're doing also is part of commenting. All right, let's see what code.org says about my program and hit finish. Good job. All right, I'll see everybody on the next puzzle.